Okay. Is this happening? How do I find out if I'm going to follow this link? I got a snack bar too, says JB, but I don't know if we're doing this yet. Wait a minute. Let me stop. I don't need to record this here. Boom. I'm going to save it. It did the same thing as last time. Here's the link. Oh, okay. Okay, let's see. Boop, 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 boop. How did I do this last time? Oh, yeah. YouTube. If I go to you, oh no, I want to go here. Hi, folks. I think are you there? I'm working it out. Don't you worry. If I click on this here, okay, horseshoes, okay. If I click on this here, and I'll tell you what, I'm gonna open it there. Shit, what did I do? I'll open it there. I do that. I do that. I do that, and I do that. Hello, hi, folks. How you doing? I'm doing. I see you're there. Here's what you do. Click on. Okay, you got it. You figured it out. Click on this. Click on that. Now I'm on to copy that, and I'm going to go back to Patreon, and I'm going to say, try this. And I'm going to do that. And now I put that on Patreon. I posted it on Patreon. And folks, I think everybody who should be here should be here, should be here. But I don't know where the question's coming from. Howdy. Okay. All right. Now, let me go back to my Zoom and see if Mutt, okay, Mutt's here. Mutt, I'm going to admit Mutt into this here one. And we'll see I don't know, he seems to be borrowing Matt Gorley's computer. Hey there, Mutt Taylor.
Hey, how's it going?
I'm great. How are you?
Pretty good. Excuse me.
Now, if there's anybody tuning into this a hearing that was not on the Bonus Nana for Bonus Nana's episode of which we just recorded, then you need to be told that Mutt Taylor is under all of the weather, aren't you?
Yeah, every bit of weather's over me currently. Actually, I'm much better now. A couple of days ago, I was fighting for my very life.
Oh man, really? That's
No,
exciting.
yeah,
Hey, did you take? They've got these tests now you could take where you could find out, do I have them flus or do I have them COVIDs?
oh, well, I took the COVID test, and that one told me I had COVID.
Okay, there's a special one now that could also tell
Really?
you if you have the flu.
I wonder if I didn't have both.
Oh, it'd be nice to get them both out of the way at the same time, don't you think?
Well, I had a flu vaccine, and I haven't had the recent COVID vaccine, but when you have a toddler, you can't tell when a sickness begins or ends in a house. It just makes its way through and morphs and becomes a beast.
Uh-huh. Yeah, there ain't no way to win.
No way to win.
There's plenty of ways to lose.
Uh-huh. You said it.
All right, folks. Now, let's see here. Now, I don't know if we've got questions. Okay, wait. Yeah, okay.
I'm on their page. I could see it.
I could see them too, but I want to make sure that they're the same in the two places I'm looking. The old link has some questions, says this person. So if I go, I think I'm on the old link. No, I'm not. Oh, shit. I don't know how to access the old link. Well, maybe I do. Yeah, I think I do.
Excuse me.
But that's chaotic. If I go to the old link, good Lord. All right. Well, this is welcome to the February 2025 live stream Q&A. This is happening live. We're here. I'm in my own house. Mutt Taylor's in his own house. We are together on a Zoom meeting, and lots of it's been complicated, but it's going just fine. It's a beautiful rainy day here,
Hmm.
so on and so forth. Okay, what would you do if you had a Q&A and there were no Q's to A? I mean, frankly, we'd probably get on just fine. I'd ask you. I'd come up with some questions for you.
Yeah, and I would for you.
Yeah,
Like, what's your sign?
my sign, the sign
Your
over
star sign?
my star. My oh shit, my star sign. Uh, I don't know.
Hmm.
You have one? I don't think I have one. I don't believe I was assigned one at any time.
You had to have been.
Really?
Yeah, maybe
Did
you
I
were
tell you
born
about the
on.
mummy that we
No,
have locked up in the basement right now?
no. Why don't you tell me?
There's not much to tell. It's just a mummy. I don't think we're going to hear from him because he was up all night
Okay.
screaming and yelling. But he's there. He's down there. Anyway, okay, here's a question from Michael Connolly. He says, why was Johnny Cash the only singer brave enough to record a version of the Bonanza theme song? This would have been a hit for Devo. I agree with that.
Oh yeah,
Right?
yeah. We got a whole pot full of gold, bonanza.
They did Working in a Coal Mine, didn't they?
Did they?
Devo. I think that was them. Working in a coal mine, going down, down, working in a coal mine, so on and so forth. What? Dalton, could you live the rest of your life in Jamaica?
Oh, that's an
What
interesting
a
question.
strange question. Could I live the rest of my life in Jamaica?
I mean, I think physically, yes, you could.
I suppose I probably could.
Yeah.
All I need is a horse and a, a Zoom meeting to link to YouTube
Hmm.
and a cowboy hat and a P.O. box and my vampire steak and steaks and my jerky. And I think that's as long as there's a ground I can dig a hole in.
And a TV you can watch Bonanza on.
Yeah, right. I need a TV for Bonanza. I think all those things is available as far as I know in Jamaica.
Yep.
They've got a funny way of talking in Jamaica, don't they?
Yeah.
It's not a different language. It has the words of the English language, but it sounds kind of differently. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
I
But
do.
it's more, I think it's more than an accent, but less than another language.
Is it what's called a patois?
Oh, shit. No, that's a goose's liver. I'll eat a goose's liver, man.
No,
I'll
you're
tell you
thinking
what.
of the actor Sidney from In the Heat of the Night.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. No, you're thinking of what children call the toilet. We could go on. Well, all right, let's see here. There's a question ripping the Discord apart. Is Hoss a monster, and would you shoot and or kill him if you encountered him in person? So says Spoon Thief. Spoon Thief, we have reckoned with this question before, probably in one of these live stream Q&As. Hoss is clearly a monster because he has unlimited strength sometimes, and he has a supersonic sense of smell. The opposite of you right now, Mutt.
Yeah. I
You're
can't
not
smell.
smelling anything.
I can't smell to save my life.
Yeah. But so that, to my mind, I mean, he can smell biscuits from a mile away.
Mm.
That ain't normal human smell. But I believe him to be a benevolent monster, and that is a controversial concept that there could be such of a thing as a benevolent monster. But I believe there is, and I believe that you need to be watchful and vigilant with benevolent monsters
At all times.
at all times.
Trust but verify.
There you go. You never take your eyes off of a benevolent monster. And that's been my policy. So I'm sorry that the Discord has been ripped apart by something that has been definitively opined about before. Settle down in there. Oh, he says, you asked this twice, Spoon. Suspicious. What?
Oh.
Beans,
Yeah.
beans. Even more. They probably won't use this for the Q&A anyway, says Jeff. Well, Jeff, you're wrong.
In your face, Jeff.
In your face. I'm going to go over to the other thing and after this, I think. Has Townland considered a re-release of Honey on the Hi-Fi featuring Joe Bongo? Coral and Bone needs that bongo. I don't know what that refers to.
Well, my friend Matt's got a band called Townland, and occasionally when they play, this fellow named Joe Bongo comes in and he just crashes all their songs and ruins them.
Oh, well, it sounds like then no. If he ruins them, I don't think they'll do that, in my opinion. Dalton, I know you're a literary man. Do you go in for much fiction, Mutt? I can't remember the last piece of fiction I read, except
Big
for True
nonfiction
Grit.
reader.
I read True Grit after seeing the movie,
Mm.
and you know what? The book is
What?
exactly like the movie. It's almost
Really?
like a novelization that come first.
And are both the movies like each other?
Uh, yeah, but more to the point that the Jeff Bridges one is real. Like they just said, let's act as though the book is the novelization written after our movie was made.
I see.
They approached it like that.
Yeah.
And it's surprising how exact it is. But I read that. He read some good fiction lately, Mutt.
You know, most of my life I was a nonfiction reader, and then maybe around the time COVID hit, I've been reading almost entirely fiction, and
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
loving it. Although recently I read the new biography of Henry V. It was pretty good. But
Really?
otherwise, you know, I like my spy stories.
I am reading that book a listener sent us about The Show Must Go On, all about people dying on stage.
Oh yeah, that's nice.
It's fantastic.
How great.
I'll tell you what, anytime somebody dies on stage, what they say about them later is that they had given the performance of their life every single time.
No, they're implying that it was the best performance they'd ever given, and it just happened to time out with them dying. But
Yeah.
that just can't be the case, especially if they're not well.
If you are moments away from death, I'm thinking that performance might be substandard.
I think so too. Like mine right now.
I know. Hang in there, Mutt. We
I'm
need you.
gonna die on the Zoom podcast stage.
Oh my God, I never even wondered that. Has anybody yet died midway through a podcast
Or on Zoom.
or on Zoom?
Oh right. Has anyone died on a podcast? I
Podcasting has
know
become such a
one
popular
time
format. Yeah.
my friend Matt was doing the James Bonding podcast when the news came up that Philip Seymour Hoffman died. And also they were doing the podcast one time when they revealed Ben Affleck is going to play Batman. Sort of the two big news alerts.
Well, okay. But that's different, I think, from
Yeah.
dying during the podcast.
Yeah.
It's not quite the same.
Well,
All
let's
right.
see what
Who's
happens
gonna
on
be
this one.
Yeah, let's see what happens. I'm curious to know who's going to be the first performer to die while recording the podcast. I can't wait to find it.
I know. Wow.
I think I believe people have died during YouTube lives or something, but that's different. I'm talking about it just you expire from a heart attack. That's what I want. Right?
Well,
Haven't there
you know
been
what? It's going to be tough.
Mm.
It's more likely to be Zoom because that's live. It's not to say someone won't die during a podcast, but will they then choose to put out that episode is the question.
Oh, you have to. If
You owe
somebody
it to the listeners.
particularly if it's the first time somebody dies during the recording of a podcast, you have to release it.
Oh God, I really, part of me really wants that title.
I know, right? To be the first to anything would be a privilege. Well, maybe. We'll see. We'll see. Okay, fiction. No, okay. It might be all right. This is a lot of people in the Zoom talking about different kinds of problems they're having seeing us. Okay. So that's that for that. Now I'm going to go over to here to the new link, the one that starts with a fellow named JB announcing that he got a snack bar too. Okay. Now we'll see if there's any cues that need An over here. Do you have computer gremlins? I don't believe so. Oh, are you all right? Oh my God, it happened. Mutt Taylor is dead. Oh no, my God, it happened, folks.
I just wanted to see what it'd be like.
How long were you like that?
A long time. It hurt my jaw.
Because I'm actually looking at the thing that's like on a 45-second delay, and I said, "You're still doing it on that one." Oh,
Oh
there you go.
man, we have some fun.
Yeah,
I'll
we
tell
do.
you what, death
I
is
thought
funny.
I thought you were dead for sure. Yeah, death is funny. I always get a kick out of it. Okay. No computer gremlins. I don't believe so. Howdy, fellas. Malcolm in New York. Glad you got the book. Feel better, Mutt, Press, and Duckabee. Okay. Not Press. What's her
Thank
name?
you, Cass.
Kaz. Yay. Can Marky help with the tech stuff? Oh, no. Marky, she's on a homeschool field trip, is what she called it,
Oh, where'd she go?
to the mall.
Hmm.
She says it's something to do with her math class.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. I don't know what, but I had to sign a permission slip and everything. She went on a homeschool field trip to the mall, and she's going to see. They're also going to see that movie with Nicole Kidman with lots of
Baby
sex in it.
girl?
Baby Girl. It's a homeschool
Wow.
field trip to the mall and Baby Girl. I don't know. That's what she
Hmm.
told me. Okay, so she ain't here. Why eat if you can't taste? Ooh, that's a heck of a question.
I don't
Part,
know.
yeah, part of your COVID situation, you can't taste anything.
You know what's weird? I found I can't taste anything, but I'm having like my brain is kind of filling in the blanks. Like the texture and the sight of my food that I know what it tastes like. There's something phantom tasty about it, but I'm not literally tasting it. It's like the memory of a taste. It's so strange. And it's like I think I'm tasting, but I'm not tasting. And the whole thing's playing such mind games with me. Oh my God.
There's ghost flavor, right? Are you okay? I have to go back to the Zoom. Oh, he died again. Oh no, he's dead.
Oh, that one, I just fell asleep. It's okay.
Oh man,
I see you're on a different screen. That's happening.
there's a little bit of a delay
Oh
for
yeah, I
me.
could pop back to see the live one. I'm still dead in the past.
See that? That's a mind fuck. Is there a
Wow.
way I can see both? Probably. Uh, I don't
Wow.
know. Tell me when you're dead. No, here I
Okay.
can see both. Here we go. Yeah, I can see both. All right.
I like it better when you don't know for a while.
Okay, let's see here. All right, Dalton is Hoss Monster. Yeah, we've been through it. Get through the flu. All right, Dalton, I'm running for school board. Ew. Is that right or did I miss it? I'm running for school board. Ew. The only question I've been asked is how many genders are there? How can I win the votes of vampires and other awful creatures so my public schools aren't ruined? Okay, this is hot top. We got hot topic now.
What's
Danielle V is running for the school board.
okay?
And when she's out there running, all anybody wants to say is how many genders are there?
Oh man.
Well, let's see. You got the regular old man, and then I would stop there. That's how you answer the question.
Just the one.
There's one gender, men. I know. Just tell them that. And that's the one and only that counts. That's the one and only that does shit and runs shit and takes care of everything. And I know, sounds like her name is Danielle, which is typically a female name. So she might say, that might seem like a contradiction that I am a woman running for this position. And I'm saying there's only one gender in this world, and that's men. Well, then you need to hold within your mind two realities at once. That's a sign of genius.
Hmm. All I know is, I don't know the answer to that, but I know whatever you end up answering, Danielle, it's not going to be controversial in any way. Everyone's going to agree.
Everyone's going to be happy.
Yeah.
I heard somebody get asked this question recently, and their answer was, I don't care. That's
Nice.
a good one, too.
Yeah. Neither should you. Fuck off. And I
Yeah.
use that as a noun. You fuck off.
Yeah. I think politicians, probably one of the lessons we've learned recently is politicians need to be more belligerent. I think that's the winning formula. You just tell him, you don't seem very smart, right? And tell him he's ugly. Tell him he's got
Just
a
say,
face like,
someone says, how many genders are there? And you say, what's the matter? You can't count?
yeah, you need to go back to school to learn how to learn your counting. That's why I'm running for school board, because we got morons like you walking around our streets don't know how to count. Shit like that, right?
Yep.
I hope we've been helpful, Danielle. How can I win the votes of vampires? You don't want vampires to vote because that's a terrible strategy, because they can only come out at night after the polls are closed, Danielle. That's a terrible strategy. Although I have run into some vampires during the daytime, come to think of it. But I still think it's a bad idea. Vampires don't care. I don't think you want the votes of vampires. Because what you'd have to do then, you'd be beholden to the vampire constituency once you're in office.
Oh, right. And they don't go away.
They don't go away. They never go away. All right. Well, good luck to you. Okay. Dalton is elected president. What's the first executive order he signs? I would instantly turn the entire attention of the United States military to the problem of vampires and mummies and creatures from the Black Lagoon and werewolves, because there is no problem we have anywhere else in the world that is as serious as what these creatures are doing to our cowboys on the range.
Let me ask you this nuanced question and difficult one.
Yes.
If on day one you're going after vampires,
Uh-huh.
are you going to go first after foreign vampires? Like Russian vampires, Transylvanian vampires?
Who are on our soil, or who?
Oh, no, just, or American vampires. Are you only dealing with domestic vampirism?
Am I an isolationist monster hunter?
Right.
Or am I a world police monster?
Are you nation building?
Am I nation
Monster
building?
hunting? Hegemonic?
Well, I think it's not a one size fits all, Mutt, because you got to say, number one, first and foremost, we got to take care of our own problem here at home. We're going to eradicate monsters on our own soils. But then we're going to go to certain places that is overrun with monsters, and we know they are, like Transylvania, and we're going to lay waste. We're going to sink stakes, ask questions later, and we're going to take over.
I have another question.
All right.
How many vampire genders are there?
Just one man vampire. No. How many vampire genders are there? You'd have to ask a vampire, I guess.
Boy, they've talked about that. Now that's a species that really scales the sexual spectrum.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
I guess so.
Aren't vampires known being real sexy and just get it on with anybody, anytime, anywhere?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's true. But not everybody that wants to have sex with you is a vampire. That's why it's tricky.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Right.
Some of them is humans.
Yeah.
But that's true. Vampires are, there's something, they think themselves to be sexy, and some people agree. Unbelievable. All right. Sorry if this has been asked, but do you guys have any experience with Nosferatus? Sure. Absolutely. I've seen any number of bald guys out there.
Did you watch the new Nosferatu documentary?
I have not watched it yet.
Oh.
Have you?
Yeah, I seen it.
Okay. What do we need to know about it?
It's the same story as it's
They
interesting.
just remade the old one.
Yeah, which itself is just Dracula. I don't think I ever realized that.
First, Bram Stoker wrote a book, then German guy made a movie. Now American guys make a movie of German guys' movie, even though Francis Ford Coppola made a movie of Bram Stoker's book.
Not to count the other hundreds of Dracula movies.
Yeah, it's just a Dracula movie, but
It's
this time
just
he's
a
bald again, like the one time.
he's he's bald, but he's got long, tenderly sort of sparse hair.
Oh,
Count Orlok. He talks like this. It's
see now, I don't find that sexy.
I don't either. He's got a real big mustache, though. I bet you'd like that.
Oh, I've heard, yes, I've heard that it's people are surprised to see a vampire with a mustache. I've seen dozens of vampires with mustaches and goatees and soul patches and sideburns.
That's very accurate because the original Vlad Tepes, Vlad the Impaler, he had a big, long, wide mustache.
Did you say white or wide?
Wide.
What do you mean wide?
Just one of those ones that, like mine here, it keeps going like this.
Oh, it just kept going.
Yeah, it's like nobody told it to stop going off to the side, even though his lips had stopped. Excuse me.
Damn. Oh, well, now I see him. He's dead, folks. The first person. Oh, damn it.
That was just a little spell.
All right, good. I'm glad you're not dead, but I'd love to have somebody die on our podcast. I know. Love it so much.
There's still time.
History.
There's still time, and I'm not feeling great. Let's do it.
Sorry if this is bananas, but Dalton and Mutt, did either of you watch the Grabbies? What is wrong with all those people?
I did not.
That's a good question. I heard that the number one, they gave the country album Grammy to Beyonce. And
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. And all I wanted to know is how many genders does that album have? You know what I mean? That was my question.
I never understand the Grammys. It always seems like whoever wins, their album came out 3 years ago.
It does feel that way. That's a good point. No, I didn't really watch any Grammys, did I? I think I saw something. I think I saw the first number. We Love LA or something.
The Randy Newman song?
Yeah.
Really?
Somebody else, a bunch of people got up and played the Randy Newman song.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And it was perfectly fine, but clearly I wasn't inspired to continue watching the program.
Yeah.
Okay, Dalton, buddy. Is Paul Bunyan a monster? Remind me now. He's a giant.
Paul, yeah. Is he? He's not Johnny Appleseed.
He might be. Maybe that is a Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde scenario.
Paul Bunyan has Babe the Blue Ox.
Yeah. And
That's a
Johnny
monster.
Appleseed.
Well, he just wears a pot on his head.
He does?
Doesn't he? Doesn't Johnny Appleseed wear a pot on his head?
I think of him as a guy with apple seeds in a burlap sack.
Yeah. But I think he wears a pot on his head.
And if you make him mad, he turns into Paul Bunyan. But then where does the ox come from?
I don't know.
I don't know neither. But either way, a giant is a monster. And as we covered, they can be benevolent, but certainly I wouldn't count on it. Not at all.
Yeah.
Paul Bunyan is a monster. And I don't know. If you attack Paul Bunyan, would the ox defend him?
Probably.
Yeah. Well, then you have to kill them both. Who'd you kill first? I'd take out Bunyan, I think, and then
Yeah, because he's got the axe, right?
Oh, he has an axe. Right. You got to take out Bunyan first, and then hope
Is
that
Paul Bunyan chopping down trees while Johnny Appleseed is planting seeds, and that's why they're kind of a Dr. Heckle, Mr. Jive?
yeah, that's exactly it. It's the saddest thing. It's not unlike the Incredible Hulk. Old Bill Bixby's out there trying to solve problems, and then fucking Hulk comes along and smashes.
Is Dr. Detroit a monster?
Dr. Detroit, Mr. Milwaukee. Yeah.
How about how about there's the band Mr. Mister, but is there a band called Dr. Doctor? There's a song by the Thompson Twins.
Oh, Doctor.
So Mr. and Dr. are Jekyll and Hydes of each other?
Well, yeah, that's right. And then Duran is in there somehow too.
Oh, yeah.
Where do you suppose they got their name, Duran?
I know exactly where.
Let's find out. What is it?
It's from the bad guy in the movie Barbarella with Jane Fonda.
His name was Duran.
I think his name might have even been Duran.
Huh.
Hold on.
Yep. All right. And old Simon Le Bon was like, I love that movie Barbarella so much, I'm going to name my damn band after the goddamn bad guy.
Let's see here. Did Duran take their name from Barbarella? And then when you click on it, it's just one picture of the band.
Oh.
Hold on. Yeah, okay. Hold on. It's coming. It's here. Duran. Some of the takes his name from the mad scientist Dr. Durand from Barbarella.
Well, that doesn't make no sense. Why did they lob off the final D 2 times?
It is easier to say Duran than Durand.
I don't pity anybody. Is that what I mean to say? I don't envy anybody trying to name a band. It's hard.
Yeah, it is tough. I've gone through that a couple times.
Uh-huh.
I barely made it. Yeah.
Journeyman is a great name for a band.
Yeah, even though we took it from didn't know we were, but there's a folk group named Journeyman.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You could beat the crap out of those guys, though.
Oh, yeah, if they're even alive. And if they're not, why don't you come on our podcast? Because you got to be close to death, and we'd love to have you go on our podcast.
Man, it'd be great. Any chance of Dalton coming back to Super Ego? Follow up. What happened to Super Ego? Super Ego involves your friend Matt Gorley, doesn't he?
That's right. Now, next year, early next year, as a matter of fact, will be the 20th anniversary of the podcast Super Ego. So my understanding is those boys are going to ride again in some form, whether it be a podcast or two released, some live shows and whatnot. And I can bet, I can't speak for Dalton Wilcox, but his friend Andy Dudley, he'd be involved.
Oh, boy. All right.
It's up to him who he wants to bring along.
Well, we'll see. I'm excited. I don't know nothing about no Super Egos. I've been on there. It says chance of Dalton coming back to Super Ego. I guess I was on there one day.
Were you?
I don't know, but that's exciting.
Yeah.
All right. That's what you're talking about. 2026.
March 1st, 2026 is the 20th anniversary of the release of the first episode of Super Ego. So, actually, those boys better get rolling soon because the way it takes Matt to get this stuff together these days.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
All right.
I think later this year they'll get rolling again with some stuff.
How exciting!
Yeah.
Oh boy! All right, I'll be there. Any chance? Oh, I already read that. What is the current status of the Jerky Room? Well, the Jerky Room is doing wonderful. Some of the jerky, more of the jerky than I'm eating is going missing. And Betty Lou says it wasn't her. And Marky says she's never once tried the jerky. She has no interest in it.
Oh.
So I'm a little concerned that something's going on. Somebody's breaking in and stealing my jerky.
What do you think's happening?
I don't know, but you know what I'm going to do?
What?
I'm going to put up one of them cameras, a motion sensors cameras.
Yeah.
I'm going to find out what's going on in my jerky room. And I like that idea anyway, because once you do that, then you got it on your phone. I could, no matter where I am or what I'm doing, I could take a look at my jerky.
Yeah, you should put it live on the internet like those Eagle Nest cams. People can just watch your jerky room.
How much you think somebody would pay for a 24-hour live jerky cam?
That's not a bad Patreon tier, and I'm not even joking. You just set up a Nest cam, and it's just your jerky room or jerky corner or whatever.
I think it's a great idea. All right, 24-hour jerky cam. Man,
Yeah,
that'd be wild. People
yeah.
don't know what happens to jerky late at night.
That's right. It could be like elves. They go make shoes.
Could be. All
Yeah.
right. Well, I'm going to do that. I'm going to find out what's happening to my jerky. I haven't done, I just buy a quantity of jerky and throw it in there. I can't tell you that I have the number of how much jerky is in there. So it could be that some has gone missing. It could be that I'm just dreaming it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Right.
I can't. I ain't gonna fucking do a jerky count.
No, jerky's a feeling. It's not a science. It's an art,
Right.
you know.
I'd have to hire if I even wanted to know how much jerky was in there. I think I'd have to hire somebody to come in. Is there a place online? There must be a place you could put a want ad. Wanted jerky counter.
Yeah.
I guess I could do that, but
Yeah. The jerky times picayune. I'd start there.
put a want ad for a
Or
jerky counter.
the jerky bee or the jerky gazette
Uh huh.
or the jerky register. Any
The
one of
jerky
those.
constitution. I tell you though, part of me doesn't want to know how much jerky I have in there because no matter what the number is of individual units of jerky, it's going to sound like not enough.
Just like when you hear how many episodes of Bonanza you got left. It ain't enough.
It ain't enough, man. It ain't enough. I wish I didn't know. All right, Dalton, I have been collecting my fingernail and toenail clippings for the last year in an empty salted peanuts container. I want to
Oh,
cast them into a fire to cast a spell to help my business take off. And then he put a question mark at the end of that. But that wasn't a question. It wasn't grammatically phrased like one. I want to, I want to cast them into a fire to cast a spell to help my business take off. Well, I haven't heard of that, but in this climate, economically speaking, I think it couldn't hurt. You know,
yeah, shit. I ain't gonna stop you.
I don't know if does the empty salted peanuts container go into the fire as well. Hmm. You'd want to know that for sure, because if you end up, it could be a situation like the fly. You remember where
Right.
old guy gets in there and the fly goes in there too, and then next thing he knows, he's a man and a fly.
You be a man in a peanuts container.
Well, you'd have a successful business, but only inside that peanuts container or
Or
something.
maybe your only business would be making peanut containers.
Right. Yeah.
You just gotta choose if that's the life that you'd like.
The finger and toenails bring you the success, but then you've limited yourself by only how successful can you be making salted peanut containers?
Good question.
I
There's a
guess if you
finite.
came up with a new way of containing peanuts,
It can't be done. You can't contain
the world
peanuts.
would be the path
Too
to your
powerful.
door.
Excuse me.
I can't think of a better way to contain peanuts than what science has already figured out myself.
The
You
peanut
know?
shell.
Oh, I wasn't even thinking about the shell. You're right.
Well,
They
what we
just
should
came
do
up
is
with a container.
table this question for when we go to Northwoods Inn and do our pop-up museum live podcast recording, because that whole place is full of peanut shells and peanut sawdust.
Do you know I already forgot about that, but I'm glad you reminded me. I can't wait to do that. All right. Well, good luck either ways. Oh, though I see. Then he follows it up with the question, will this work? I'm going to say, you tell me, do it and tell us how it goes. But just be intentional about the peanut container, whether it's in there or not. I don't know whether you want it in there or not, but don't not make it. Don't do what you don't mean to do. All right. Mutt is slow horses, basically just bonanza. An older man tells younger people to not get involved in whatever the local current drama is. They ignore him and go mess stuff up, but it all works out.
Yeah, interesting.
Is slow horses old man the same as Ben Cartwright?
Jackson Lamb. I've been rewatching Slow Horses.
You have.
I had a fair amount of TV time after the girls go to bed, and I'm wired on no smell.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, his name is Cartwright, isn't it?
River
The man.
Cartwright. That's right.
What's
Yeah.
his name?
River Cartwright.
River Cartwright.
Yeah.
So there's that parallel. This person has
Right.
identified other parallels.
Yeah. Um, Little Joe, and then they call, anybody who's an agent is known as a Joe.
Oh yeah. Yeah. What I think we
Um,
have here is a
yeah,
ripoff situation.
I think you're right.
Hmm. And horses is right in the title, which is also in Bonanza.
That's right. And slow. We've heard that Bonanza's slow.
Evident sometimes there'll be a part of an episode of Bonanza that's a little bit slow. But just to build tension. So I think you're onto something there, AC Silly Van, and I'm gonna do what I can to get. I know Mutt, you like it, but I'm gonna get Slow Horses canceled because the problem is that people are watching that, they're getting their Bonanza itch scratched, and I want
I
them watching
understand.
Bonanza.
Yeah,
All
I
right,
understand. Of course, that's a sacrifice I got to make.
I got to write to Apple TV.
I'm also watching Lovejoy.
What is it?
Oh, it's the show most tailor made for Matt Gorley, that guy. It's Ian
What?
McShane from Deadwood,
Yeah.
but it's made in 1986. Then it
Oh,
takes a 5 year break and goes 91 to 94. And Ian McShane plays Lovejoy, who's a antiques dealer, former con man, part-time detective.
and you like it?
I love it. It's
Wow.
so wonderful.
Where can people watch it?
Well, I've been watching it on our dear Prince Stephen Glander's Plex, but I think you can watch it on BritBox.
Oh, on Brit fucking Box. Okay.
It's
I
so in the pocket, man. Especially if you're sick, you just put it
yeah.
on. It's like Murder She Wrote, but even stupider.
A stupider murder she wrote?
No, it's
Shit, I'm
great.
there.
It's great. It's
It's
great.
good. I keep hearing about a show called Shetland that's on the Brit box.
Oh yeah, what are you hearing about that?
Just that it looks good and it is good, but I ain't. I mean, of all the boxes,
I think I might have started. Did I start watching Shetland? Let me bring it up.
I'm not buying a Brit box. God damn it! I don't even know where I'd keep
Shetland.
it. I ain't got room in my house for another goddamn box, let alone a Brit box.
Uh, oh no, I've not watched Shetland. I don't think. What you're hearing? It's good.
That's what I hear.
Who's telling you this? I need to know who. I no longer take it when people say, "I hear it's good." I need to know from whom and why.
Uh, it was the host of the CBS Evening News.
And they just ended their broadcast on this.
Every night, this guy ends the broadcast that way. That's his sign off.
Good night and watch Shetland. It's really, really entertaining.
Available on BritBox. Yeah, and then that's it. That's his sign off. I don't know. Dalton and
Shetland.
Mutt. Oh wait, would a 10-foot tall cat be considered a monster? Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. Dalton and Mutt, have you all ever gone on vacation together? If so, what's no? I cut you off. We haven't gone on a vacation together. Maybe we should
Yeah, we should get the
take a camping
families.
trip. Yeah,
Yeah,
that'd
could
be
take a
nice.
camping trip. Um, could go hot air ballooning.
Ooh wee! I'd love to do that.
Yeah.
Dalton, have you ever killed a bone tomahawk? I never have. I know what you're talking about. Them cave dwelling
Yeah.
blue crazy creatures.
Neanderthals.
Yeah. I don't if I have, I didn't know it at the time, but I don't believe I ever have killed one of them. Man, that movie gives me nightmares.
Yeah.
Yeah. Afternoon mares sometimes as well.
That gives me crotch mares.
Oh, oh yeah. That's where they split you.
Right where the good Lord hit you.
Can you jerk a fish? Oh, yeah, you can make a jerky out of a fish jerky. I mean, I wouldn't eat it, but
You
if you do,
can.
sure, why not?
Salmon jerky. Could you
Salmon
make
jerky?
a salad jerky?
Who the hell would eat a salmon
I'm only kidding you. Come
jerky?
on.
God damn, son of a bitch. I mean, you could jerky any damn thing. There ain't a single thing out there that couldn't be subjected to the jerking process. But I wouldn't eat a salad jerky. Dalton and Mud, could you live in Jamaica? and live the Rasta life. What? All right. I've already answered this for myself.
I live the rest of my life like a Rasta.
That's the COVID talking.
It's taken over.
Bumble Fudger says, I have a hobby of buying lots of DVDs on eBay and adding them to my Plex server. I'm now over 2,300 movies. How many movies is too many movies?
Well, I won't speak for the wonderful Stephen Glander, but let's just say you're nowhere in the ballpark of our boy Stephen Glander.
Is that
Oh
right?
my God.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's in the what's I always, when people say like I make a six-figure income or this many digits, it never means anything to me because I can't put together. Is a six-figure income that means the hundreds of thousands?
Yeah. Yeah. It's
I,
it's everything to the left of the decimal point, I think.
So regardless, whenever someone says that, it's meant to have an impact, and I'm just left going, wait, I don't know. I don't remember how many zeros this number has and that. So whatever your point was in bragging, it ain't working. Same thing with when someone says the former or the latter. It takes me too long to remember which is which and which came first. By then, you've lost your impact on me, so just tell me what you mean to say.
I think it'd be pretty, because let's say you make somewhere between $1,000 and $9,000.
Uh-huh.
You could tell people, I make a six-figure salary. And then you would just have to tell them sort of parenthetically, I'm including both sides of the decimal point.
Or would you?
Yeah, maybe you don't have to.
No
Only
one
when they find out later, when they say, hey, man, you make $8,000 a year. How do you tell me you make a six-figure salary? I was including both sides of the decimal point, asshole.
Or could you say, let's say you make $6,000 a year, you say, I make six figures.
Oh, one of the
I don't know
figures
about
I
that.
make is a six.
Yeah, that's in the parentheses as well. You got to mutter all that under your breath. I make a six-figure salary. One of those figures. Also,
Right.
two of those figures are after there's a decimal point, so really it's only $6.
And then loud again, will you marry me?
And can I borrow some money? Answer the second question first.
Ain't easy. All right, I'm gonna do some skill. I think Mike Mitchell has claimed he will be the first. Oh yeah, is that one of them doughboys claims that he will be the first person to die in a podcast?
Oh, is that right?
Well, you son of a bitch. Let's just see about that.
Oh,
Sounds like a challenge. We'll see. And it doesn't count if it's like a murder.
yeah.
Or
You can't plan
suicide.
it, right?
That's
No,
no
you have
fun.
to. Yeah.
You gotta be a stroke or a heart attack. Pretty much just one of them two, I think. Okay, we got away with it. We got to wrap up here, dude. I
Yeah.
could talk about COVID taste stuff for days. It's so weird. Well, do it then. Question: if they recreated Bonanza as a reality TV show similar to Survivor, what Western themed competitions would make the cut? I can't help you with your pitch, Fred Schofield. I don't know what would be. I kind of like that idea though.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Cattle roping,
Yeah,
hog tying, lassoing,
yeah.
um,
Not getting
branding,
married.
not getting married. Yeah. Or if you do failing that, having your wife die.
Mm-hmm. Right. Wife killing.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Cutting down a
Okay.
tree. Did you say that already?
No, but that's a good one.
That's a good one.
Hey, how long when you had COVID did it take for your taste to come back?
Oh, it's funny because it came back gradual. Like,
Over how long?
uh, I would say less than 2 weeks.
Oh, okay. Because I keep reading it's like 60 days, sometimes 2 years.
No, you'd lose your mind.
I would. I need to taste.
Yeah, you'd lose your
Yeah.
mind. If somebody couldn't taste for 2 years, they'd lose their mind.
Yeah.
Well, I wish you the speediest of all possible recoveries.
Thank you, friend.
Yep. That's I'm gonna scroll down, I don't know, maybe to the end. No, I don't see it. I don't see that question to go out on. So I'm just gonna say, folks, I thank you for being here. I appreciate that you was here. I'm glad that you came. And well, Mutt Taylor, what are your plans for the day now? Go back to bed?
Yeah, I believe I gotta muster some energy, and me and Duckabee are gonna build a fort.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh my God.
like a pillow fort, like a blanket fort, not like a
Oh,
outpost on the territory's fort.
oh, okay. That's good. That's much easier. I
Yeah,
thought
not
you
like
was
where you take logs and carve the points of them, the ends of them into
right.
points and stick them all up like F Troop. No,
You're not going to do that. You're not
no,
trying to keep any native peoples out.
no.
Okay, good. Because I thought, man, I wouldn't want to do that with COVID.
Yeah.
All right, folks, thank you so much for being here. We're going to conclude this February 2025 live stream Q&A. I'm glad you was here. And we'll give a special, let's just give a round of applause to Mutt Taylor for
Oh,
coming
I
through
don't deserve it.
the
Thank you,
cloud of
thank you,
COVID and making it into this thing here and
thank you, thank
participating.
you.
We do appreciate it.
Ah,
How do I end this somehow? I think I just clicked end.
yeah.
All
Bye
right,
now.
fools. Bye now. There get.